Chapter 10, Lesson 7, Spheres. So remember that a sphere is a 3D shaped object like a basketball. So they have their own two separate formulas. Notice they don't have a lateral area formula because basketballs don't have sides. So they just have a surface area formula, which would be like the leather around a basketball, and they have a volume formula, which would be like the air inside of the basketball. Now notice they both have pi with them because we're talking about circles, and so they have pi and radius with them. So this one just asks us to find the surface area and the volume of each sphere when we are given the radius. So for the first one, for the surface area, I'm going to use 4 pi r squared. And I don't have my calculator with me today, so we're just going to be typing it into the calculator I have on my phone. So it might be a little bit different than what I'm getting. And I got 113 about meters squared. And then for the volume, I'm going to do 4/3 pi r cubed. And I also got 113. So hopefully that is correct. Meters cubed. Okay, the next one we'll do surface area is 4 pi r squared. I got 314. And for the volume, 4/3 pi r cubed. I got 523.3 feet cubed. Okay, this one says find the radius of each sphere whose diameter is given, then find the surface area and the volume. So if we know that the diameter is 8, that tells us the radius then is 4. So for the surface area, we do 4 pi radius squared. I got 201 feet squared. And for the volume, 4/3 pi r cubed. I got 268 feet cubed. The diameter of a spherical water tank is 30 feet. So that means that the radius is 15 feet. There are approximately 7.48 gallons of water in 1 foot cubed. How many gallons of water will the tank hold? Well, if we're talking about gallons of water, we're talking about the volume. So the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Hopefully this one works well on my calculator. Pi times 15 cubed. I got 14,130 feet cubed. Now, if 7.48 gallons is in 1 foot cubed, and they want me to figure out how many gallons would there be in 14,130. So doing cross multiplying, 1 times x is x, and 14,130 times 7.48 gives me 105,692.4 gallons. 1 cubic foot of water weighs 62.5 pounds. So 1 foot cubed equals 62.5 pounds. What is the weight of the water in a full tank? So how many pounds in a full tank, which is 14,130. So cross multiplying gives me 1x equals 14,130 times 62.5. 883,125 pounds. A cube is enclosed by a sphere with radius 8 centimeters. So we have this cube, and it's inside of a sphere, and the radius of the sphere is 8 centimeters. Find the volume of the cube. Well, if we think about putting a box inside of a big sphere, like a big bouncy ball or something, the radius would be from the front corner here of the cube to the center of the cube, and the diameter would be all the way across the cube. So when we say the diameter equals 16, that is also the diagonal of our cube. Now, since we know it's a cube, we know that it's a square prism, and so we give x on both sides. So this would become a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 2x squared equals 256, right? 16. Then divide that by 2 is 128. And can I take the square root of things on this calculator? I got 11.3 for one side of the cube. All right, so that means that all of the cube's sides are 11.3. And it's 11.3 tall. So first says the volume of the cube, and we know that volume for a prism, which is what that cube is base area times the height. So the shape of the base is a square. So I have 11.3 times 11.3. And then the height is also 11.3. Can I do that here? Nope, that didn't work. 11.3. So I got 1442.9 centimeters cubed. Then for the volume of the sphere, that is our 4/3 pi radius cubed. Remember, the radius is 8. I got 2143.6 centimeters cubed. And then we go back to this probability from last chapter. What is the probability that a point chosen at random will lie in between the sphere and the cube? So first we have to figure out what is the space in between the sphere and the cube. So if the sphere is 2143.6 and the cube is 1442.9, 1442.9, I got about 700.7. So for probability is what we want. So we want it to land in that 700.7 out of the total. And remember, the outside shape is the sphere. So we're going to use the spheres. So divide that by 2143.6. And I got about 33% chance.